know how hard this is, Monica. It's unexpected. It is unfair. I'm sure it's terrible for you. But Skye is my daughter, and eventually you're going to have to accept it.
I don't have to accept anything. Or I should say, I don't have to accept anything else.
Look, I have an obligation to this young woman. And according to Rae, Skye is in trouble. She needs my help.
According to Rae? Excuse me, since when does Rae Cummings dictate what goes on around here?
Will you show some compassion? Skye's had a tough time.
And that's my fault? How many times do I have to pay for somebody else being wronged?
You resented Jason at first. Same
What?
thing, another woman's child, just like Skye. But eventually you came to love him, didn't you?
Are you trying to compare the two? My God, Alan, Jason was a little baby. This is a grown woman, and one bastard child in a marriage is enough, thank you very much. This time, my friend, you're on your own.
Alan, we're leaving.
I forbid it.
Forbid it?
Forbid it, absolutely. Skye is my daughter. Now, I may have come to this a little late in the game, but I intend to fulfill my obligations completely.
And you've had public relations experience? Well, you'll be a fine asset to ELQ. That's more than I can say for these two reprobates.
Father, I need a word with you. In private.
Alan, this is so typical of you. Just when I was getting to know my new granddaughter. What the hell is the matter with you?
Yo, what's the matter with me? Your games and manipulations crippled AJ. They drove Emily from my home. And I'll be damned if I'm going to allow you to cost me another child.
Hold it right there. I think it's time you and I had a little talk.
The games stop right here, right now. Or so help me God, I'll throw you out of this house for good.
A few minutes ago, you offered to leave this house, which is what you should do. Instead of trying to rope me into a conversation, we've had our little chit-chat. It's done. Finished.
No, it's not finished. Not anything. You know, I have to admit, if I were in your position, I would feel exactly the way you feel. You were really ambushed.
No kidding. I was supposed to be renewing my marriage vows and celebrating my birthday, for crying out loud.
I know that. I do. And instead, you're sitting around your table with a woman from your husband's past and a daughter that he didn't even know he had. Of course, that's a shock, Monica, and I can certainly appreciate that. But you know what? We're grown women. Can't we just talk about this like rational adults?
You want rational? Then take yourself and your psychotic daughter and take the first plane out of this town.
No, we're going to have this little chat, whether you like it or not. Now, it can be nice, or it can be nasty. It's your choice. So, I see you've already made up your mind.
I had you figured out the minute I laid eyes on you last spring. It was so clear you were after Alan.
Oh, God, Monica, come on. Lose the paranoia. I'm only here for my daughter.
Ah, the daughter that was magically unearthed or invented when it was obvious Alan wasn't as available as you had hoped. The daughter that can't stand the sight of you, that despises you. What did you do to get her to take part in your little scheme? Offer her a share of the profits?
You really are insane, you know that?
And you're persistent, I'll give you that. It took a year, but you managed to come up with a strategy to lure
Skye
Alan.
is not a strategy.
Oh.
She's a grown woman, and she is Alan's daughter. Now, you can think anything you want of me. You can go on acting like a maniac. I don't really care. But don't put your misplaced rage onto Skye.
I don't think you are in any position to make demands.
Oh, I think I'm in the best position in this room. I am her mother. Now, come on, Monica. You're a mother. You know what lengths a mother will go to protect a child.
Whether the child wants it or not, apparently.
I will do anything to defend Skye. You hurt her, believe me, you'll regret it.
Okay, now it's my turn.
Okay.
You so much as even think about making a move on Alan, and you will rue the day you ever came back here.
You know, I do have very fond memories of Alan. But as far as wanting him, oh, Monica, here. See? This is the man that I'm involved with. He's waiting for me back in Landview. I don't really know what it is you want me to say beyond that.
Did the picture come with the wallet? Or are you cradle robbing, along with everything else?
I am very secure and very fulfilled, and I guess it's pretty clear that I'm the only one in this room who is. Now, as far as having designs on Alan, that is only in your warped little mind.
You go around preaching family from one end of the day to the other, and then you close your door on your own grandchild? You turn your back and watch her being sold to the highest bidder?
She was supposed to be adopted, not sold. That's just a figure of speech.
Oh, my God. You knew. You knew my daughter was alive? What kind of human being could sell his grandchild and let her parents think that she was dead? Who could do that?
I did what I thought was right at the time.
I didn't think I had a single delusion left about you. Not after all this time. But to barter an infant, to rob my daughter of her birthright? My God, you ripped the baby right out of her mother's arms!
I didn't barter anybody. I arranged for her to be adopted by very well-to-do people. I was assured that. And as far as ripping the baby from his mother's arms, the mother of which you speak was much too young to parent anyone. And Ray's parents agreed with me. They thought it would be much better for the child to be placed with people who were mature and settled and stable. And you were just a boy yourself. You certainly weren't capable of fatherhood, and your parenting skills are deficient even today.
You lousy, lying son of a bitch.
You were just a child.
My age has nothing to do with it, Edward. Nothing. I was a mother. You got to decide the most important decision in my life. And you didn't really know anything about me. You were a heartless, selfish, egotistical man. That my child was only, what, a little inconvenience to you? Is that it?
Everything I did was in the child's best interest. It was in Alan's best interest. It was in your best interest. Don't blame me for your problems.
Ray, do you have anything else you want to say to my father? Get out.
Excuse me?
You heard me. Get out.
With pleasure. I have had quite enough shattering crystal and hysteria for one evening.
I'm so sorry, Ray. I didn't know. Ray, I know you've been through hell and there's nothing I can do to make it up to you. Or to Skye. But I promise you I will do everything I can from now on to protect her.
Well, look at this. So much for that man waiting for you back at Landview. And so much for you not being after my husband.